to support their team. Alrighty, there we have it. We got another support player, so it seems like a lot of support players are coming out right now.
Yeah, it's a tactical, like you said, a support character, another mid-range, favors brick tops, a North American player as well. And that one, just like the last one, didn't even need the timer. They just kind of snap grabbed that as quick as they could.
Yeah, they did. And I can see why, actually, because he did play on the Mighty Marauders in Season 1, and he's got some awesome aim, so they definitely want him again if he helped him out last year. So it looks to be a really good pick for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's so long as you're getting these great veterans with great history behind them, and of course our coaches have our veterans as well with great history behind them, so they're going to want people that not only do they know, but they know are good players. But we're going to go ahead and move into pick 16. I believe it's the Kinetic Knights up next.
All right, so we're gonna be waiting a little bit here. We got the timer on 60 seconds, and I'm gonna just copy a straw poll here, and we're gonna be dropping this in here while we're waiting. And this is a straw poll. It's gonna ask you guys, which coach do you think is the most competent? So we're gonna drop that in here while we wait for the Knights to take their pick. They got 40 seconds left.
Yeah, but they don't need that whole 40 seconds because they have picked a rectangle, a defensive player, another long-range player. We haven't had a long-range for almost a whole round, I want to say. Another fan of brick tops and a North American player. And he's got a nice little quote here. Here's a little lesson in trickery. This is going down in history. Oh.
Do you just realize?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So he looks pretty cool if you see his outfit. It looks like he's gonna make short work of his opponents here. He's an effective tunnel player, and he was a 2016 BOC runner-up, but it was the MVP with FOL. So looks to be definitely helpful, and wasn't snapped up immediately, but definitely they took him pretty quick, only 20 seconds in.
Yeah, and we're gonna keep this Speedy Bowl rolling, especially since we lost so much time in the earlier rounds, and go on to the Iron Inquisitors next pick number 18.
All right, guys. So we got the next pick coming. It's our third pick for this team, and while we're doing that, I'm gonna take a look at the straw poll and see what you guys had to say here.
I'm kind of curious as how here we go. 2-0 is our next pick, a support character, another mid-range character. Fan of the brick tops, which I'm starting to feel like everybody is a fan of the brick tops. And maybe I should pull that straw poll back up again.
Don't worry about it, okay? Everyone loves one map, and that's because it's a good map, okay?
Fair enough.
Yeah. And he looks pretty helpful, actually. So he's widely known as a top support player, so I'm surprised he wasn't picked up earlier because of... But yeah, definitely got a nice shirt there. Definitely gonna maybe help the enemy team shoot him in the chest there. But you know what? Don't worry about it, because he's got a calm attitude, and I think that he's gonna help clean up and take down some opponents in this game.
Yeah, and picking up these good players, even though if they weren't a first round pick, picking them up within the first couple of rounds is where you're looking at your real quality players. Now, once you start getting into the back end picks, it starts to get a little stressful for both the coaches and the players who haven't been quite yet. But we're going to move into round 4 with pick number 19.
Yeah, so we got the fourth pick for Colossal Crusaders. While we're waiting for that, looking at the straw poll, although you guys really loved Bryce as a coach, when we asked the most oh, never mind. Let's just go for it. We got another pick here.
So Brizik is our next player, next pick. He is a playmaker, and he is a long-range player, and he's apparently missing his head. Another fan of the brick tops and out of North America as well.
I think this is a really smart strategy for Brizik right here, because if he doesn't have a head, then they can't choose his head, you know?
Yeah, you can't headshot what you don't have.
Exactly. He really likes playing brick tops as well, and he plays tunnels on it. And he's got a good long-range accuracy, so he's definitely going to help them out. And especially lacking a head, he's going to make it really hard for the enemy to take him out. So definitely going to help out his team. And now we're going for the fourth pick on the next team coming up in just a little bit.
Yep, that's the Atomic Avengers, and get that 60 seconds up on the clock, and there we go. Witty, who is, well, he's the fan favorite as far as coaches this season, but not considered the most competent, oddly enough.
Nope, the most competent is actually Altier. But moving on from that,
we got Night Owl Face, a playmaker who makes memes happen, not just makes plays happen. He's another mid-range player, fan of the Bricktops. Do I even need to say it? And out of the North American region as well.
I think he's definitely going to help out his team. You know, your team always needs some memes, and especially someone having a pot in their head. May not be able to see, but I definitely think that he's going to make some plays happen. For real, though, definitely having a playmaker on their team is going to help them out a lot. And a mid-range playmaker is that. So I think he's going to be a worthy part of their team.
Yeah, I agree. And, even though he's pulling that pothead, look off of previous picks, it's a solid look. Maybe we'll get to hear a little ding whenever he gets hit. But anyway, let's move forward into our next pick from the Blazing Barbarians.
All right, guys, we got the BB going in for their next pick here. 60 seconds on the timer. And everyone in chat, let me see what you think is going to be picked, who you think is going to be picked, because coming into the fourth pick, most of the really sought-after characters or players should have been taken by now. So we're going to see who their coach tries to pick and what they're going to take here.
Yeah, I'm seeing some call-outs for, let's see, War Master, a couple people making fun of my pothead joke. Thanks a lot, guys. Pick Rock. Rock is a fan favorite, and they got 25 seconds to pick their next choice before it gets randomized.
Yep. Oh, and there we have it. Oh,
it's not Rock, it's Pite, a support character, another mid-range character.
He's actually known for his old RCL tier. He was a top player list, or the list he used to publish in 2014. So he has a good accuracy, but he seems more well known in the community, not necessarily for his skill though. So I have to prove himself a little bit in season 2 here.
Yeah, well, we've finally got another European pick. It seems like it's been a while since we've had another European pick, but I don't know if that's an issue because maybe the lag affects how they affect play overall. But finally, we're seeing some more variety as far as where our players are coming out from.
Yeah, definitely. And now we're gonna be moving on to the fourth pick here, pick 22 for the Mighty Marauders. So we're gonna be waiting here. And while we're waiting, actually, did you know that his name was actually Pite? Not pick or Pike. But
we have a pick, so let's any mispronunciation. Let's ignore that. Move right on to Ran 502, our next pick, who's apparently a Trump Pence fan and also a mid-range player. Not a fan of Bricktops. Instead, Pit Grounds is his favorite map, and again, North American. He wants to make North America great again.
Oh my god. I think it's good to have a bunch of players who are confident in all the maps, not necessarily just Bricktops. Especially someone like this. He's got good aim. He's got a defensive mindset, so I think he's definitely going to help his team out a little bit. But you don't want everyone being good at only one map, because then the team can counterpick you. So I think he looks like a good pick and a helpful pick at that.
Yeah, you want those more variety type players aside from just your like solid mold black and white kind of players. But let's go ahead and move on to the Kinetic Knights and their next pick. Again, this is Voltier's pick, and again, looking at the straw poll, he is currently considered as the least competent of all the coaches.
Now, let's see if he gets a competent pick here, because the pick has just come out with a defense character.
No, an offense character. What are you talking about?
It's an offense. I'm sorry. Okay, chat, you can make fun of me there.
Yeah, finally. Let's ignore Sippy's terrible mispronunciation and make fun of the other guy. So this is the Jalen. He is a close quarter combat individual, fan of the Bricktops, and out of North America as well.
Yeah, so he's good at close quarter combat, and he likes to play tunnel or mid on Bricktops. Definitely nice to see some more close quarter character players coming out here, because we've been seeing a lot of defensive people, mid, support, and it's nice to see some more offensive and close quarters, which is, something you typically think would go together.
Yeah, and we're going to go ahead and move into our last pick of round number 4 with the Iron Inquisitors. And I'm wondering if they're going to go with the same thing, go with a close quarters offensive individual. I mean, this isn't really kind of a tanky type game, but you still want those tanky type individuals.
All right, next pick's coming out right here, defense player.
And it is stacked. A defensive player, so I was completely off with my assumption of offensive. Another long-range player, fan of, who's surprised by this, Bricktops, and out of North America as well.
Yeah, and he looks to be a fairly good player, but you know he can get a little bit tilted on the field, but he can definitely be helpful. And he was actually he played in one of the most well-known matches in all of the Roblox Clan League skirmish. So definitely going to be helping out his team here, I would say, as long as, you know, he doesn't get a little bit tilted on the field.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit tilted, so long as you can channel that properly. But we're going to move things right along into round 5. Pick 25, going back to the Colossal Crusaders for our next pick.
Hey guys, we're waiting here. So we're going to have 6 seconds on the timer as we're waiting. And the pick almost instantly takes the offense character.
Yep, that would be J-Wo, who is the best, so don't know why you picked me this late. That's kind of a fitting quote for you, man, considering you got picked halfway through. But we've got a mid-range character, fan of everybody's favorite, the Bricktops, also out of North America.
Yeah, it actually is surprising he was picked so late, though. He is one of the top-rated players, and although he, you know, took a little break and had a bit of a performance dip, he's come back for season 2, so I am kind of surprised he got picked so late. But definitely looks like a good pick and to help out his team.
Yeah, and you know, we can't all be the very first person picked on the playing field, and that's fine. Getting picked, so long as you don't get picked last, then you're not, you know, the last kid on the playground kind of thing. So middle of the road pick is still a good pick.
Yeah, definitely. Like as long as you're in it, you know. But we're moving on to the next pick now. So AA is going for their 5th pick here. Let's see what they get.
Timer's already going down, and it has officially lasted longer than the past 5 picks because it's gone 10 whole seconds without somebody making a decision. Oh, and
didn't take that long though.
There we go. Power Climber, a playmaker, is our next pick. He is another close quarter combat individual, fan of the Bricktops, out of North America. None of these things are being any more surprising as we move on, because we start seeing the trend, I guess.
Yeah, but he's known for his godly tunnel aim on Bricktops, which a lot of these players are known for, actually, so definitely helpful. He used to be in the top 5 in 2014, 2015, so I'm surprised he got picked kind of later in the game here. And he was actually drafted last year by AA in the 2nd round, so he's drafted a little bit later now, but better late than never, am I right?
Yeah, and like you said, he was a top 5 character, you know, last year and the year before, but what happened to him this year, you know? That might be why he got picked so late. But moving on, we've got our next pick number 27 for the Blazing Barbarians.
Yeah, so their 5th pick now. It's a pick 27, and we're waiting for the timer here. Timer's gonna be 60 seconds, and we're just gonna wait to see what they pick. So what person do you think they're gonna pick?
Well, I'm seeing that Cyber is getting mentioned in the chat as someone that should have been picked already. So I'm guessing that this is an individual that they feel. Oh, we also got Sergiana. Well, no, Sergiana was already picked. Chat. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Sergiano got picked like 2 rounds ago, if I recall.
Yeah, but so we got 30 seconds on the timer, so it's instant pick for a player here. So we're waiting for him to pick the player at 20 seconds remaining here. So they're definitely taking their time, and they're definitely considering their picks. So we're gonna see what he's gonna try to pick here.
10 seconds before we get that insta pick. Now, is he going to get somebody that's worthwhile, or is he going to get that insta pick? Even with